Hello students, a warm welcome to the math session today. Here we are going to deal about the trigonometric identities in this class. And those who have not watched the previous videos of the trigonometry, just click on the I button and get them watched and proceed to this video. Now here, today we are going to deal the trigonometric identities. Now let's have a quick recap of the previous ones. We have studied the trigonometric values, the trigonometric ratios, complementary angles and also the exercise problems. Today in the trigonometric identities, now what do you mean by an identity? A mathematical identity. We know many algebraic identities, right? Like such as a plus b whole square. A common algebraic identity, isn't it? This comes to a square plus b square plus 2ab, isn't it? This is an algebraic identity, right? That means a mathematical equation which is true for all values of the variables is called as an identity. Now, here for trigonometric identities, the identities involving the trigonometric ratios are nothing but the trigonometric identities. Now, let's derive trigonometric identities. As far as the 10th syllabus is concerned, we are going to deal the 3 trigonometric identities. Now, let me take a right angle triangle. Right angled at B. Okay, here it is right angle. Now, this is ABC, right angle triangle. Now, according to the Pythagoras theorem, what does the Pythagoras theorem tell us? The hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Now, the hypotenuse is AC here. Okay, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, isn't it? Okay, now what I'll do, I will be multiplying, dividing each term with AC square. So, dividing each term, both sides of the equation, right? Dividing each term by AC square. So, that comes to AC square divided by AC square equals to AB square divided by AC square plus BC square divided by AC square. So, we can write this as whole square, isn't it? AC by AC whole square. Now, AB by AC whole square. Likewise, BC by AC whole square. You can write them as the whole squares. Now, here clearly AC by AC we can get off. That means 1 square. So, 1 square is nothing but just 1. Okay, AB by AC. Let's see. Okay, AB by AC. If I take the angle here, C. Now, for angle C, AB is the opposite side and AC is the hypotenuse. Now, which trigonometric ratio involves opposite side by hypotenuse? Nothing but the sine function, isn't it? So, let this be sine theta. Now, I'll suppose this as theta, okay? So, for theta opposite by hypotenuse, AB by AC sine theta and also given square, okay? Now, BC by AC is adjacent by hypotenuse, that is cos square, cos theta whole square. Okay. Right. Now, here what we do, I'll write this to this side and this to the other side. So, sine square theta. Now, sine theta whole square, we have to write it as sine square theta. We shouldn't write it as sine theta square, okay? Theta square means for the angle it will be squared. So, it means sine theta whole square means sine square theta and not sine theta whole square. Okay, so here sine square theta plus the same thing here cos square theta is equal to 1. I've changed this LHS to RHS, RHS to LHS. Now, this forms the first the trigonometric identity. Now, what is the first trigonometric identity? Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So, we will be deriving it like this, and we will be using this identity as we have used in the algebraic identities. We will be using the trigonometric identities to solve our problems. Pause the video and note it down. Let's see the next identity. The second identity we will derive here. See, this is theta, the angle, right angle at B. So ABC is a right angle triangle. According to Pythagoras theorem again, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay, let me write the other way, side square plus side square. Okay, see here, side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. Now, dividing each term by with AB square. Let me divide. The previous one we had divided by AC square. Now, let me divide it with AB square each term. So, AB square divided by AB square plus BC square divided by AB square. Again, AC square divided by AB square. Okay. So, each term I am dividing by AB square. Here, you get it as 1 plus this, you can write it as BC by AB whole square is equal to AC by AB whole square. Okay. Now, we will change these ratios into trigonometric ratios. Now, BC by AB. BC by AB. See here, if you see the theta here, BC by AB. See here, if the theta is here, BC by AB means adjacent by opposite. Adjacent by opposite is 1 plus cot, isn't it? Adjacent by opposite is equal to, and also here square, right? Cot theta whole square. AC by AB. For this, AC by AB. See here, AC is hypotenuse by the opposite. Now, sine theta is opposite by hypotenuse. The multiplicative inverse of sine theta is cosecant theta. So, cosecant theta is hypotenuse by opposite. So, that means cosecant theta whole square. So, the whole square, how do we write? In the for the trigonometry, cot. Now, cot theta whole square, we write it as cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. Now, this is an identity. Okay, this identity is the third identity. Okay, we had the first identity and now this is the third identity. Okay, 1 plus cot square is equal to cosecant square theta. Similarly, the second identity, how do we derive? Similarly, if you divide, now here we are dividing throughout by AB square. By dividing throughout each term, okay, by dividing each term by BC square. Okay, if you divide each term by BC square, here it comes to BC square by BC square comes to 1. So, here AB by BC. Now, AB by BC is opposite by adjacent, that is tan square. We get 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Here, if you see here, AC by, I have told by BC square, AC square by BC square, AC by BC. See here, AC by BC. That means hypotenuse by the adjacent. Hypotenuse by the adjacent is nothing but secant. Okay, that is the multiplicative inverse of the cos. So, this comes to, similarly, the same way you can do by just dividing it each term by BC square. So, this is a second trigonometric identity. Okay. Now, altogether we have 3 trigonometric identities those are here, I'll write it. The first one is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, isn't it? Now, the second identity is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Now, the third one is 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. These 3 are the 3 trigonometric identities. Okay, the second one and the third one. Now, from these 3, we can deduce still more 6. Okay, now if you take just, how can we deduce other trigonometric ratios? See here, sine square plus cos square is 1. I just want only sine square from this. Now from first one, if you see, we get 2. See here, if I want only sine square theta, this part, I'll shift the cos square to the other side of the equation. That comes to 1 minus cos square. So from one identity I got the other one. I have deduced another equation. Now if I want only cos square for the problems, okay. In the problems, if I want only cos square, so the sine square, if I shift to the other side, comes to 1 minus sine square. Okay. So from one identity we got another 2. We can deduce another 2 equations. Likewise, if you see here, from the second also we can get it. See here, 1 plus tan square. If I want only, see here, if I shift this tan square to the other side, it becomes minus. So that comes to secant square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1. In place of 1, we can write it as secant square minus tan square. Here also in place of 1, we can write it as sine square plus cos square. Likewise, if I want only tan square, I can shift this to the other side. So the second equation, deduced one is tan square theta is equal to secant square minus 1. No need of remembering these. From the second one we got these 2. Likewise from the third one we can deduce another 2. Okay, here the same one. Shift this cot square to the other side. That comes to cosecant square minus cot square is equal to 1. And if I want to shift this to the other side, just cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta minus 1. So no need of remembering these 6 deduced equations, but just remember the identities. You will be automatically getting. You can keep whatever value you want, you can keep this side, the other one you can shift it to the RHS part. So with this knowledge, okay, with this knowledge of trigonometric identities, let us start the exercise problems 11.4. Now quickly pause the video and note it down. Now the exercise 11.4, the complete exercise is based upon the trigonometric identities. And here I have noted down the first one. Evaluate the following: 1 plus tan theta plus secant theta and multiplied by 1 plus cot theta minus cosecant theta. We have to find the value. We have to evaluate it. Okay, simplify it. Now what I'll do here, see here, tan, secant, cot, cosecant. We will shift the complete all the 4 trigonometric ratios into cosine functions. Okay, so that it will be identical. Right. Now let's start here. 1 plus, now this is a solution. 1 plus tan. Tan can be written as sine theta by cos theta. Isn't it? Now secant. Let us shift, we will change all the 4 trigonometric ratios into sine cos functions. Now secant is a multiplicative inverse of cos. So 1 by cos theta. Now there is multiplied here. There is a bracket here. So 1 plus cot. Cot can be written as cos theta by sine theta. Okay. This is a multiplicative inverse of tan. Tan is sine by cos. So cot is cos by sine. Minus cosecant. Cosecant is a multiplicative inverse of sine theta. The reciprocal. Okay, here, now what I'll do here, we will take the LCM since they are in the fraction part. So let us take the LCM here. So the LCM is cos theta. Here also the LCM, we can take it as sine theta. Okay, now here nothing is there. So 1 cos theta. So cos theta comes up. So cos theta plus cos theta once. So 1 we have to multiply sine theta and plus cos theta once is 1. Now the same thing, the LCM I'll take sine theta here plus cos theta minus and 1, so 1 is here. Okay. Now see here, both the equations they are multiplied, okay, because the bracket is there. And if you see cos plus sine plus 1, cos plus sine, here sine plus cos or cos plus sine, one and the same. A plus b is equal to b plus a. Likewise, so this if I take it as a and this as b, if you think this as a and this as b, Here this is A and this is B. So clearly if you see, there is an identity, algebraic identity here. A plus B, A minus B comes to A square minus B square. That is an algebraic identity, that is A plus B, A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. Okay, we know this. So we will use that. Whereas A is sine plus cos and here A is sine plus cos, B is only 1. So using that, these two are multiplied, isn't it? So using that, I can write it as directly A square minus B square. Whereas our A is sine theta plus cos theta. So this sine theta cos theta or cos theta sine theta, one and the same. A square. This is our A square minus B square. Right. Now divided by here sine cos multiplied, just cos theta and sine theta, they are multiplied. Right. Understood this? A plus B, A minus B, A square minus B square. We have used the identity. Now here this we will use another identity, that is A plus B whole square, algebraic identity. So A square plus B square plus 2AB. Right. Here we will suppose this as A plus B whole square. So we will expand it here. A square plus B square plus 2AB. Okay, where A and B are sine and cos. And here again 1 is there. So 1 square is just 1. So write it here, cos theta by sine theta as it is. Right. Now here we will be using the identity. Now what does the first identity tell us? Sine square plus cos square is equal to 1. That is the first identity. So this comes to 1 plus 2 sine theta cos theta minus 1 divided by cos theta by sine theta. Okay. Here you can cancel off minus 1 plus 1. So the remaining is just 2 sine theta cos theta divided by sine theta cos theta. Here sine cos cos sine. You can also cancel these two. So the remaining is 2. Okay. So we have evaluated this in form of 2. Now what identity we use, that we have to mention here. That is this first identity, since sine square plus cos square theta equals to 1. So instead of sine square plus cos square theta, I have substituted 1. We have used the identity. Now pause the video and note it down and let's see the next one. Now the first one, the second bit in the same question, sine plus cos whole square, sine minus cos whole square. So evaluate the following. So what we will do, see here, we will expand these two in the form of the algebraic identities. So if I suppose this as A, this as B, A plus B whole square, I'll expand it as A square plus B square plus 2AB. Similar way here also, A minus B whole square, the algebraic identity. So that is A square plus B square minus 2AB. We will expand it, the complete here, A plus B whole square. So that comes to A square. A square is sine square plus B square is cos square theta plus 2AB. So 2 sine theta cos theta. This is the first one. And we will expand the second one, that is sine square plus cos square. Here minus 2AB, isn't it? So minus 2 sine theta cos theta. So I've expanded both of them. Now, can we cancel any of the terms here? Yes, here 2 sine A, sine theta cos theta and minus 2 sine theta cos theta we can cancel. Here we have sine square theta plus cos square theta, again sine square theta plus cos square theta. Now sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1 because this is the first identity, plus here again sine square plus cos square is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have deduced this as 2. Now let's see the third part, third bit here. Given in the textbook, secant square theta minus 1 into cosecant square theta minus 1. Isn't it? The third bit, right? Secant square minus 1, cosecant square minus 1. Now here, if the secant and tan are involved, we have to go for the second identity, and cosecant and cot are involved, we have to go for the third identity. So let us, in the rough part, let us see this one. So what is the second identity? 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. From this we have two equations reduced, isn't it? So if I want only tan square, so secant square minus 1. So tan square theta is equal to secant square theta minus 1. Okay. The other one also we can write 1 is equal to secant square theta minus tan square. Okay. Here. Right. Now, here if you see secant square minus 1 is there. Secant square minus 1 is clearly tan square. So, by directly we can write this as tan square theta. Okay. Now, as well as the same one, when cosecant is involved, we have to take the third identity is equal to cosecant square theta. Now, here we can get two equations. Now, here we can write it as cot square if I want. We can take it as cosecant square, and if I shift this, minus 1. Here also we can get 1 is equal to cosecant square theta minus cot square theta. So these are the equations reduced from the identity. This is the third identity, isn't it? This is the second identity. So this is a rough part. Okay, see here. Cot square is clearly cosecant square minus 1. Right. Cosecant square minus 1, I can simply write it as cot square theta. Okay, how did we get? So you have to write, since you write this second identity as well as the third identity. Okay, I am not mentioning here, but just write this second and third identities. Okay. In the examination, you have to clearly mention in the box which identity you are using it. You have to mention it sidewise, right? Here, now tan square plus cot square. These two are the multiplicative inverse of each other. So, we can write it as tan square theta multiplied by cot square. I can write it as 1 by tan square theta. You can cancel off all these two because they are multiplied, so 1. So, the final answer is 1. So, with this we completed the first bit. Okay, let's see the other problems in our next session. Right. Okay, thank you all.